Hi everyone, welcome back to the lab. As you can see, this is my messy setup, and we are at the point that we can try to power down this instrument. To try to summarize what I have done so far, I could say that I have reformed all the capacitor, have replaced those that were not salvageable. I have tested all the vacuum tubes. There was just one that seems to be not perfect. It was the gas regulation 5651, if I'm correct. And yeah, then I will be able to test all the power rails through this setup. What I've done so far to improve the aesthetic, I have cleaned the front panel. I've been able to remove the stuck knob by drilling the small grain inside and tapping again, so it's working fine. It's actually a bit hard, however, it's working. We are at the point that we can try to power it up. Of course, I have repaired all the trimmer capacitors. I really do not expect that this instrument will work. However, let's give it a try. So let me connect it to the variac and start to power it up. Of course, I have removed the K600, which is the relay that controls the high voltage relay in turn. So let's see the behavior of this old beast. Okay, I'm ready to power it on. As you can see, of course, I have reassembled the cinescope. So there is a big helicopter that gives us some background noise. What I've also done, I came back in the place where I found this, and believe it or not, I was able to find the original bottom cover. It's a little bit bent, but it's now complete. So we have all the external shield and covers. Okay, so ready to power it on. I will crank up a bit the knob. Okay, 60 volt. And as you can see, we are also seeing some change in the meter. Okay, so the first one is reading the 500. The second one, the minus 150. The third and fourth are reading the 350 and 225. And the latest, the 100 volts. So let's see the behavior. I will crank up slowly and I will be back on camera if I found something of interesting. It's quite boring to wait to wake up this old beast. The fan is still off, it does not turn. Maybe if I push a bit, we'll start. Okay, I try to increase a bit more. 100 volt. Okay, the fan is spinning now. Start to spin very slow. We have small glow on the pilot lamp. The scale. Actually, we are starting to see a bit also the scale illumination. Let me turn off the light. As you can see, very dim, but we can see a bit. Okay, so 30 volt. I will let the instrument sit to this voltage for a while and then I'll be back. I want to let it warm up and see how it behave. Okay, I'm seeing a neon bulb glow. Okay, right in the middle. Let me move a bit this. Okay, so there is a neon bulb that is glowing, and I'm sure that is not correct, or this is my belief. As you can see, I have also improved a bit the camera setup, thanks to a comment that was asking me to improve. So I hope this has improved sufficiently and will be more comfortable the view of this video. I let the instrument run at lower voltage for a while. Everything seems okay. So to check if the voltages are running fine, I will power on and let it run still with lower voltage, but I will directly power on, and okay, voltages are rising up. I am going to reduce a bit. I have inserted the K600 relay, so it should click in a while and see what's happened. Perhaps with low voltage like that will require a lot of time. Let's see if also is able to do it. Okay, looks fine so far. 325, 130, 88, 450. So it looks low voltage, the 220 volts, and of course nothing on the screen. Okay, so let me reduce that, increase the intensity. Nothing so far. Okay, let me try to increase a bit more. $100, 360. Okay, seems that voltages are a bit high. Minus 150 is too high. So let me check. Since I'm at 170 volts and it's over 163, so let me try to reduce, and if it will not work, I had to stop. Okay, I'm seeing smoke. So magic smoke over there, over there. This resistor, it's running really hot. I can feel from here with the finger. So okay, need to check more in depth. Well, my suspects were correct. I have just replaced the 5651 with a brand new old stock as RCA 5651A, and sure enough the minus 150 is now regulating, so it's running fine. So unfortunately we are still having the magic smoke, so I need to check more in depth and see if I can figure out what is causing. However, I wish to show you the minus 150. I'm now running at 180 volt. I'm still lower voltage. However, as you can see, I'm going to directly without cranking up the variac. And I have also noted one very nice thing that I want to show you. Sorry for the movement. As you can see here, we have the vertical position knob. So as soon as we'll start, okay, as you can see, if I move the vertical, okay, so far was running. It's unbelievable. Now, okay, yeah, as you can see, I can tilt and it's glowing one or the other. So this seems to work, right? That should indicate the central, okay, but not for the horizontal. So coming back to minus 150, as you can see, it's now sitting at 145. But if I regulate, I can indeed regulate, right? So, yeah. So let me check more in depth why we are having that smudge smoke, and I believe that the time base is not running at all. Well, what I've done, I have lifted up one terminal of the burning resistor, and that resistor is supplying the flyback transformer. And I believe that we have some issues there before, and if you can recall, all the covers were removed yet. So I believe that was running with such problem. However, I'm also seeing that the 225 volts, it's running very low. All the other voltages are around where it should. So 500 is okay, 150, minus 150 is okay, 350 is okay, 100 volt is almost okay, but this is also more than, let's say less than 100, but it's around 80 volt less. I believe that we have a problem in this rail that must be investigated more in depth before to go ahead with any other inspection. If I don't have the power rails running fine, I can't go ahead. Okay, the 225 volt actually is running fine. It was just a matter of alligator contact. So as you can see, it's 222. So it's pretty fine. I'm working here to troubleshoot the high voltage section. I'm still having the problem of the this resistor is burning very hot, and after a while it starts to make a smoke, and I have installed the probe, and I'm running at 700, more than 700 kilohertz instead of around 60 kilohertz. So okay, as you can see, I'm having smoke from the resistor, and the resistor is almost gone. It's around 1 kilo ohm instead of 390. So working to the schematic and making some more tests. This is the schematic. This is what I have measured. Here should be minus 63. I'm having, let me increase the light, minus 11. Here I'm having plus 160. Here I'm having minus 150. So filament are not glowing. It seems that it starts to oscillate, and indeed it's running at 700 kilo ohm instead of 60 kilo ohm, kilohertz. It seems that I'm having a short circuit in the secondary. It's trying to correct this lower voltage that here we don't have any voltage, zero completely. So this grid, instead to be minus 160, it's minus 138. So it's plus 12 volt relevant the cathode. So the tube here is completely on, so it's draining a lot. So instead of have minus 3.2 is it's draining completely from the minus, and I have minus 150. So this grid minus 150, the valve is almost off, so does not drain any current from this side, and this voltage is very high, so it's draining just a bit. So this tube is required to run at higher current, and this is why I'm having this resistor burning hot, since it's overdriven, this tube, I believe. So another thing that I have seen, let me grab the second part of the schematic. This is the continuation, right? Here we have the tripod for the anode supply, and this tube, it's glowing sort of purple and light blue color, and I'm suspecting that this diode can be shorted or some other things around. So I want to try to remove this and see what's happening. So let me do the change and I'll back. Well, before I do the change, I want to show you what I mean that is glowing in a sort of violet color or light blue. Well, the typical gassy color of the tubes. Let's wait that the head voltage is enabled by relay. Yeah, as you can see here, we have this, let me switch off these two lights. Okay, so as you can see, we have this weird discharge internal. So I wonder if this tube is damaged. Again, we are running at 730 kilohertz, 7 volt peak to peak. So let me try to remove this diode and see if we can have a different. Okay, I have removed the diode, and actually the leg, as soon as I touched it, it breaks, and also the glass is a little bit break. So I wonder if this tube was damaged, and I don't see any white color, but don't know, it seems that is damaged. So I'll power on and wait for the delay of the relay, and then okay, we should be very close to the point where the relay will click. Oh, look at that, it's glowing the filament. Look at that. Oh, and we're having completely different behavior also in the oscilloscope. I'll show you in a minute. As you can see here, the red light inside is the filament. It seems that was that the problem. So I show you the oscilloscope. Look at that. I'm running. Okay, so it's 25 volt peak to peak, and it's running at 54 kilohertz. So it's almost as requested on the manual. So it seems that I have found the fault. Let's see if I have some replacement for that and try to get a new life on this While searching in my tube stock, look at that. 5642 brand new National Electronics diodes. Let me take it out. Look at that, how it's beautiful. Brand new. Okay, let me install this. Okay, I have replaced the diode. So let's see the output of the high voltage section and see if now it's working. We have to wait the high voltage relay. Okay. Oh, look at that. 7 kilovolt. It's working. It's working now. Let me check. Maybe we can see something in the screen. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's working. We have some live sign. Yeah, of course, we have the horizontal that is not working. And yeah, however, the first live sign, that's really nice. Okay, so for sure we have to manage the sweep and all the rest, but for the moment I'm happy for that. The high voltage is fixed. So at this point, let me switch off. At this point, I think that I have to think on the strategy for the horizontal section, which is this wall section like that. So I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will come back soon as soon as I will have the time to work on this horizontal section. So again, thanks for watching and see you soon.